So my coworker's Kia blew a radiator hose on the way to work today. Wanted me to take a look at it. And it looks kind of blown apart. So thought I'd check the coolant. And yeah, she did the Kia thing.
This truck's pads and rotors were replaced a week ago, but if you look through the wheel, I think a mechanic forgot to tighten the caliper bolts down.
Roll it, brake, again, brake.
Customer states,
My Mustang won't go nowhere. It won't move.
customer, you right again, homie.
Mechanic found this truck while going into his local Kroger's. Don't think this should be on the road at all, and judging from the snap, it's been like that for a while.
2019 2500 6.7 Cummins, getting a 402 excessive EGR outflow. Check what I found. So I got the grid heater off, or the intake off. Look at that. Get up here. Look at that. Gee.
Mechanic said this was the worst U-joint they've ever seen. I mean, some people drive them till they fly apart, but it is still terrible.
So a common complaint, especially in the summertime, is that my air conditioning isn't working. Sometimes you're low on refrigerant, sometimes it's just a bad corroded temperature sensor wire that's not letting your air conditioning turn on. One of those things is easier than the other.
Customer was complaining about their car getting hot and having to constantly refill it. Well, considering the top tank connector is barely hanging on, that would do it.
Damn motor. I tell you what's wrong with it. Ain't got no gas in it.
No, ain't what's wrong with it. It needs a spark plug.
Customer wanted to know if their Subaru was worth fixing after letting it sit for 2 years. Looks like they must have parked it in the ocean or something. Customer states, what's this noise on startup? Brother, that's your engine asking to be put out of its misery.
Look here with another customer thing here. Okay, you get the, okay, there's a little bit of trash in here, not a big deal. Oh my gosh, well, how many freaking things of tissue? How many times has this monkey eaten in this freaking vehicle? This is a crank, no crank, no start. It was just a starter. 2012 Suburban. And you know, Suburban, you know how the people are in the own these kind of things. This is, oh my goodness. I don't even want to know what's in that container. And there's more food trash stuff in here. And you're like, disgusting ass freaking customers. You know, just when you think you're like, what the? Holy suburbanite. Jumping Jehoshaphat.
Customer states the steering wheel shakes when braking.
Customer states,
I got a popping in my left front tire. Customer, you're right.
Customer states this oil is from about 4,000 miles of driving, but it doesn't use any coolant. Only thing I could think of is from the car sitting a lot and then only doing short drives, causing water condensation to mix in with it.
Customer states, heard a pop and a bang, and my AC got hot. Yeah?
After popping 4 fuses, trying to find the answer, it was right in front of me the whole time. I just had to unwind this connector and see that those 2 wires were touching.
This absolutely insane Nissan Altima owner initially asked if this rear quarter damage could be buffed out. After being told no, they then didn't want to go through their insurance to repair it for some weird unknown reason. They accepted the $11,000 repair bill out of their own pocket, even though the mechanic tried to talk them out of it.
So I'm kind of ashamed right now. This is my daughter's cabin filter. Yeah, I'm one of those people. I'm sorry.
Early 2000s Dodge Dakota came in for a bouncy concern, and the customer approved replacing the front shocks.
Alright people, this is why you don't take your stuff to a lube place to get any work done. They left the drain plug, or fill plug I should say, out of the cap. Notice we got no pinion back there. Look at that. The thing is just a... I don't know if you can see that. Well, it's inexistent, needless to say. Look at all the shavings. He said it just quit moving. Look at that. Good Lord. Whole thing's done. It smoked the housing.
An employee drove an 11,000 pound truck onto this 30-year-old lift that only had a 9,000 pound rating, and the lift wasn't having it. Thankfully, no one got hurt, and the truck didn't fall off.
This here is supposed to be down here, in line with that. This is supposed to be...
A couple of opossums thought this customer's fender looked like a nice place to sleep. Ended up taking the mechanic a few hours to get them out safely. Customer had a shop look at his bad ignition. They couldn't figure it out and recommended a new ECM, which wasn't even the cause. The customer themselves managed to at least temporarily fix it with some simple wiring and a switch.
Customer brought his car in, said battery light's on. Broke down on Saturday, heard a little clunk. Think the alternator's gone. Broken man's wagon. Off. Now, first thing you're going to see, belt slack. Not broken though. Well, hello lower dampener. Nice to see you. Yeah, that is just mulling itself to bits. I mean, you've got to think, how much was that smashing it, sticky it is. How much was that smashing itself apart before you thought, I may have a problem?
I think this customer didn't use enough duct tape, and that's why they had to bring it into the shop.
Customer states AC is not flowing cold. Well, gee, I wonder why. How the hell did you explode not just one, but both of your freaking cooling fan motors? Like, how the hell did that happen?
Customer just bought this Mustang and was told it's in perfect mechanical condition. Well, that was short-lived because, as you can hear, Uncle Rodney started knocking. This is the kind of stuff customers buy thinking it's all brand new parts, only to find out the hard way when they actually take it into the shop the first time.
Let me just investigate before I tell the customer it needs a motor. Somebody wrenched that on way too tight. Jesus. That's all from the oil filter, right? So I was like, yo, call the customer and ask him where he had an oil change done. So we called him. We're like, yo, who did your oil change last? He's like, oh, I did. Bro.
At first, you'd probably think this pile of gunk is just grossness left by the owner, but after closer inspection, the mechanic realized it was piles of lottery ticket scratchings. Customers sent in this video after replacing the steering rack and pinion themselves. They did actually bleed and install it correctly, but the aftermarket lines from the new rack were the wrong way round from the factory.
So here's an absolute joke for you. Our broke is broke. This mocker, 73 plate, come in, stinks petrol engine light on. If you can see, that is just neat petrol leaking out the injectors. Ignore that, it's the recovery truck behind me. So this car's still under manufacturer's warranty, and Vauxhall's answer is, we not recover it, it's not our problem, but it's under warranty. It's leaking petrol, it's dangerous. Well done, Vauxhall.
Mechanic found the stuff in the filler neck of his sister's car. It's most likely garden fertilizer maliciously put in there to break the fuel system.
I have learned, or I am learning, that there is no easy way to replace this. And if you know what this is, then you know how much that sucks. I thought I could sneak it. There's absolutely no way you're sneaking that. That bolt right there gotta come out. Or a screw right there.
A customer sent in this video asking what this noise was, but as you can hear, as soon as they put it into reverse, it gets a whole lot worse. Guessing the transmission isn't too happy. Customers stated this U-joint had been making a squeaking noise, so they tried to fix it by welding it.
2017 Pilot, customer states car check engine light is on and vehicle's hesitating upon acceleration, so he thought it ended up needing a trans, and that was his initial impression. Although it's not a trans that it needs, it has a torn intake tube. So anytime he accelerates, the motor moves around, and this either opens or closes depending the direction that you're driving in. So in this case, it was opening, obviously causing an air leak over here, and now air getting past the sensor is unaccounted for, causing his issues. Does not need a trans, and this is his issue. Way cheaper. He's obviously very happy here because a fraction of the cost of what a transmission repair would be.
Mechanic managed to snap these photos of the underside of the street sweeper truck that comes in every so often. They said the buildup of dust is tough, like concrete, and comes off in big chunks.
Swear to God, those Kia are smoking crack, man. Look at this shifter. Like, what the is this piece? Like,
Customer states, is this supposed to move this much? That wheel bearing should have been replaced ages ago. Customer states, I think my truck's leaking power steering fluid. As you can see, that was a bit of an understatement, as there was a hole in the rack. They ended up opting for a remanufactured one.
Max. No.
Thanks for watching another episode of Mechanical Nightmare. I hope you enjoyed. Remember to like and subscribe, and if you have your own clip, you can send it to us using the link in the description. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next episode.